So welcome to UAB's 5 with 5, where we ask 5 questions to 5 young alumni sharing insight on their transition after graduation. I'm Greg Berry, Assistant Director in the UAB Office of Alumni Affairs. Today, we're joined by Eli Ussery. Eli graduated from UAB's Collat School of Business in December of 2018, earning a bachelor's degree in industrial distribution. He's currently in Birmingham, but is working out of Lexington, where he works with Phi Gamma Delta in the national office as a field secretary. Eli, welcome to 5 with 5.
Awesome. Thank you so much for having me, Greg.
So let's just go ahead and get going. So after graduation, what was the most difficult transition for you?
I mean, after spending 4.5 years, really, I spent an extra semester in Birmingham after I graduated. I think, moving away from the city that I've had so many memories with, spending so much time with the people that I went to school with and just really grew up with during those 4.5 years in school. It was, it was definitely different. Like, I knew that I would have friends moving into Lexington, of course, being the unique office environment that I have, working alongside some of my brothers. But it was definitely a big change, knowing that I wasn't going to be as near as close, being 6 hours away from the place that I really grew to call home for that time. So it was definitely almost like moving away again, like that transition from my hometown in Georgia to Birmingham. Now it's making that second move, and it's definitely been not necessarily a hard transition, but one that was a little bit more difficult than I was expecting.
Sure. So what should current UAB students be doing to prepare themselves for life after college?
Yeah, for life after college, I think the biggest thing is just trying to, I know this is really difficult with the current situation, but take the most advantages take advantage of most of the situations that you can while you're still here. Just because this is where I think your network's going to lie. This is where your memories are going to be made. So trying to do as much as you possibly can without wearing yourself thin, and trying to enjoy every minute of it. I think that I have friends that have graduated with me that's like, man, I wish I would have done this, wish I would have done this. I went to bed every night knowing that I was tired because I did what I wanted to and actually put myself into things that I knew that I could make an impact in. And so it was definitely something that I could try to encourage people to do, because that's the only way you're going to truly enjoy this experience and get, I hate to say this, but get the most bang for your buck. It's definitely an investment in yourself going through college. And if you're not doing something that you enjoy, then why are you really doing it?
So is there something you would have liked to have known back when you were in college that would apply to your life right now?
I feel like this is one that I got a lot when I was an orientation leader. Of course, being out of school now, like it's definitely probably changed. But I think trying to overcome that hurdle of just introducing yourself to somebody, those first couple of weeks, just try to throw that out the window as soon as you possibly can for like an incoming student. Trying to, realize that everybody coming into college is just as nervous as you are, just as, eager to meet new people and try to get new experiences out of this thing we call college. And, it's definitely one that I think if you take advantage of it early on, it's one that has that huge snowball effect where you actually realize that you're comfortable in your own skin once you do it. I guess other than that is realizing just that plans change. I came into school, just like a lot of students do at UAB coming in pre-medicine. But I stuck with my major. I never changed that once. I just wanted to do something a little bit different, just knowing that a lot of people are going into school science heavy, and I wanted to really focus on the business side of medicine. Biology and I did not get along. It's one of those classes that some people just don't really, I guess, grasp onto as quickly as others. And I was definitely in that population. It's okay to change your major. It's okay if you come in one thing and leave another. It's understanding that you only get one shot at this, So making sure that it's the best shot that you can really make out of it. Again, going back to what I was saying earlier with trying to just meet the people around you and enjoy the experiences. It's trying to understand that nothing's going to stay the same. Life isn't like that, where you plan something and it happens exactly like that. Stuff changes, and that's all right. You got to accept that change in stride.
What's the single most surprising thing about living on your own?
I guess the most surprising thing is, at least for me, is like realizing that I can actually do it. For my job, I travel a lot. So my territory right now is from Denver to the Pacific Ocean, and I visit about 25 campuses in between, and each one is different than the previous. So it's definitely great knowing that I was raised with some like life skills, dealing with my car. I was brought up at an institution like UAB that embraces diversity, and understanding that each chapter that I go to has different guys that make it up, and they all come from different walks of life. It's just knowing how to have those conversations and create that common ground. I definitely helps me appreciate my job a lot more. And realizing that I'm hundreds, if not thousands of miles away from what I call home, is definitely daunting sometimes. But I think, like I said, realizing that I'm doing well with it, on my own is kind of crazy. Packing up my car in January and not unpacking it fully until May. It's, definitely a crazy thing, but I think so far I've been doing well with it, so I've really enjoyed it. But that's probably, I think, the most surprising thing is coming to that realization that I've been prepared for this.
What advice would you give to somebody who gets a job in their chosen field, but then realizes they want to do something else?
Yeah, I mean, I think I've definitely seen some of my friends this early on, only being a graduate for a year and a half now. I've definitely seen those people that I graduated alongside that have had that realization. And it's understanding that when you get a job, you're not stuck in that job forever. If you found that, and you found that company, or you found that team that you can see yourself working with the rest of your life, that's awesome. It's just not too common, because I think we get a lot of great opportunities to do internships, to get jobs early on while we're still, doing classes and things like that. Sometimes that just isn't exactly what we thought it was, or expectations were different than the outcomes. And so trying to realize that it's okay to explore some other options. It's not wrong if you change your job within the first 2 years, as long as you've got some kind of a way to, talk through it and be able to understand that it'll be much more worthwhile for you to do something that you're a little bit more passionate about, than trying to sit at a job that you're always thinking about, what else could I be doing?
Eli, that's 5 with 5. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you again for having me. I really do appreciate it.
Check out more 5 with 5 episodes online at alumni.uab.edu/5. That's alumni.uab.edu/5. Till next time, go Blazers.
Blazers.